We were on our way to Emmaus. There seemed little point hanging around in Jerusalem. Jesus was dead. All those hopes dashed. Dreams failed to be realised. Thinking this was it, when clearly it wasn't. God's not back. The promised Messiah isn't here after all. And frankly, we look fools. The women had come back with tales of the tomb being empty, and some angels telling them that Jesus was risen. But how can that be true? Wishful thinking and the all too easy visions of the bereaved and heartbroken, I'm sure. So we were off. Nothing else for it, really. As we walked along, we tried to make sense of it all. What had really happened? What had all this been about? Who was Jesus, and what was he really trying to do? As we went along, someone else joined us. I've no idea where he'd been, as he didn't seem to know about what had happened in the last few days. He must have been buried somewhere to not know about all the commotion that had gone on. How could he not have heard about Jesus and all the amazing things that he had said and done? How had he not heard about the whole trial, death and crucifixion debacle? Didn't everyone know about the tomb now being empty? How could we begin to explain all this to him? Then he said something really strange. He challenged us on our understanding. Clearly he knew more than he'd let on. He said we were slow. How rude. That we'd failed to grasp that the Messiah had to suffer all these things. It was precisely that proved he was the Messiah. And he went right back to the beginning of the scriptures and carefully explained it all. It was our own personal theology and Christology lesson. What an amazing encounter on such a day from someone who we thought hadn't got it. We came to the village. He seemed to be going further. But after such a conversation, we couldn't let him go. It was late, and offering hospitality was the right thing to do. So we invited him to stay with us. The meal was on the table. He reached over and he took the bread and he broke it. Wow. Echoes chimed, realization dawned. This was Jesus, alive and with us. Without us realizing, he had made everything clear to us. He had journeyed here with us, and now he was in our house and breaking bread for us. He is alive. He is risen. He is here. Alleluia. May we know God's blessing, his presence, his reassurance, and his feeding. When we recognize him and when we don't. May we know that he walks with us, whether we realize it or not. May we be very sure when we need to be, and know that he is with us always. Amen.